I'm going to introduce her now. She is not only an author, but an accomplished TV personality with her own Good Morning show, Wake Up with Marci, and it is a show with love. Check out her book, Chaos to Clarity. Please welcome to the stage, Marci Hopkins.
Wow, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your lunch. I just want to say, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I love you. And today, I love myself. It took me 47 years to say those words, but today I'm living the most amazing life. I now love the person I see in the mirror. And as Lucille Ball said, when you have love for yourself, everything else falls into line. And believe me, that is the truth. I am living proof of the transformation of self-love. When you have self-love, you know your worth. You have self-confidence, self-esteem, self-awareness, self-acceptance, and self-care. I mean, how amazing to have all of those things. And I remember the first time I said those words. I was in an AA meeting, and for those that don't know what an AA meeting is, it is a meeting that is usually held in a church. There is a circle of chairs, and within those chairs are men and women that are seeking the same objective, and that is to get sober and live a better life. There's a reading, and you are encouraged to participate if you feel drawn to say something. And on this day, it was about self-love. I raised my hand, and I said, "Hello, I am Marci. I'm an alcoholic. And today I can say, I love me." Thank you. But it was in that vulnerable moment when those words left my mouth, I felt as if everyone turned and looked at me in judgment. You see, society doesn't teach us to love ourselves, that is selfish, that we are supposed to do for others before we do for ourselves. But let me tell you, we must do for ourselves before we can do for anyone else. We have the power within. And it is when I went within that I found the unconditional love for myself. I used to go outside of myself to external forces and sources and people to look for love, when I had it all the while. But there were several things that I had to learn when I put down the drink on October 4th, 2015. Thank you. Through this healing journey, I found the transformation through forgiveness. Forgiveness of myself and forgiveness of others. Let me tell you, when you forgive yourself and you let go of the shame and the guilt, there is inner peace. An inner peace that you never even knew that could exist for you. But how did you do it? Is that the question you're asking right now? Well, I had to accept my mistakes. We all make mistakes. Isn't that the truth? I had to accept my role and my wrongdoings, what I had done to others. Because we all have a role that we play in our relationships. You can only change yourself. And when you change yourself, things begin to change. And then there's self-development. And that's different for all of us. But for me, self-care was a priority. setting my boundaries, not saying yes to everything to get acceptance from people. And then there was going deep inside of myself to find me, Marci. What lit me up? What made me happy? What purpose did I have? And then there was communication, finding my voice. And let me tell you, once I began the process of forgiving myself, things started changing in my life. And I know that you can do that too. And then there's the forgiveness of others. Wow, right? Who's been wronged by somebody? Who is holding on to that hurt and that pain and that resentment? It's not easy. But let me tell you, it's life-changing. Because that person, that circumstance, is holding the power over you. I am often asked, how did I forgive my mother? My mother that kept me in an abusive home, that didn't keep me safe, that chose alcohol over me, that chose men over me. Well, it wasn't easy. But I had to look at my mother as a human being. What was her upbringing? What were her weaknesses? What was the addiction that she faced? She always looked outside of herself for men to give her validation. She had me at a very young age. She couldn't even take care of herself. How was she going to take care of me? So I had to let it go. My mom passed away 3 years ago, and I held on to that resentment, that pain, that hurt. I had to let that go to free myself. So we must let it go. It's not condoning the behavior. It's not saying that the actions of that person are right. But in everything that they do to us, they move on. And we sit there and we stay in that pain, in that resentment. So it's time to release yourself and let that go. And then there's gratitude. The beauty of gratitude. And as Rhonda Byrne says, she is the author of The Secret and The Power, and if you haven't read them, please do. But she says the universe loves a grateful person because a grateful person is a magnet to miracles. Yeah. Imagine attracting every desire that you have, because everything you put out is what you receive. If you're living in negativity, your life is going to be negative. You're going to live in chaos. So how do you get to a place of gratitude? Right? Yes, yes. Shifting our vibration. Moving from a very low frequency to a high frequency, and meeting the good so we can attract it in our lives. Well, it's pretty damn simple. Every morning, and I want to encourage you guys to please do this. Every single morning you wake up, think of 3 things you are grateful for, and I'm going to make it easy for you. Think about that bed you're laying in. Think about the sheets that you have. Think about the pillow. And I'm going to throw one more in there, that cup of coffee you're going to have. Because for me, I love that. And please do this before you pick up your phone. You turn on the news. Before the negativity, the worry starts back in your life. You see, when you go to sleep, you settle your mind. And you have the power of what you do with it when you wake up in the morning. So start it with gratitude. And then write it down. Write it down in a journal, maybe in your notes, maybe notes in your phone. That's what I mean. Very simple. And then also there's Post-its, right? Can I just have a couple of people? What are you grateful for? BTBY. The food we're eating, the people we're meeting.
The ends that are met.
What's that?
The ends that are met.
The ends that are met?
Yes.
There you go. The connections. Listen, we have blessings all around us. The food that we have, I mean, how grateful that we had food. This was sponsored. It's beautiful. There are so many things that we can be grateful for. Life is abundant. I know we're going to get bills. We're going to have difficulties in our lives. We're going to have breakups. Somebody in our life is going to pass away. But look for the lesson. Look how you can move forward. Look for the abundance that's in your life. It's priority. And it's magical. And when you begin to do these things for yourself, the transformation begins. And it takes time, it takes action, and it's vital that you take the action. Just like others have said, if you don't take the action, nothing will change in your life. And then I'm going to share a few other things with you. The people you have in your life. Maybe it's time to take inventory of who you're surrounding yourself with. Are they bringing you down? Are they talking negatively all the time? Are they putting their fears onto you? I mean, how can you not dip down to their frequency? Start gossiping about other people. Start complaining about all the things that are going on in your life, their lives. Just because someone's in your life or been in your life for a long time does not mean that they need to stay there. And then there's affirmations, the way that we talk to ourselves. Breaking the negative cycle, the negative self-talk, the negative programming from everything that has happened from our past. Our past does not have to define us. We can change the way that we think. It's all in here. It's rewiring, reprogramming our brains. And let me tell you, it's 100% possible. So what do you do? I am statements. I am capable. I am worthy. I am dedicated. I am brilliant. Come on, guys. Give us a few. What do you got? I am smart. I am creative. I am love. I am what? You are enough. I am enough. And let me tell you, when you find self-love, you build on the relationship with yourself, the relationship with others, your job gets better, your life gets better. Everything starts to transform for the better in your life. So remember, I love you, and you, and you, and you, and I love me. I'm Marci Hopkins. I'm almost 9 years sober. And I love the woman in the mirror that now has a nationally syndicated talk show that I built on my own. Thank you. The author of Chaos to Clarity, which just won the International Impact Award for Addiction and Recovery. I am a good wife today, and I am a great mom. And that's the best accomplishment that I've made in this life. And I'm connected to me, my brilliance, and what I can give back to the world in service. So, let me tell you guys, a lot of people have talked about self-love in this room, but it really, truly all starts with love. So start with yourself, start opening up your heart, breaking down the walls that you've built up around your heart so you don't get hurt. I've been there. And let me tell you, I've had people say, you're so happy. You've got, you're always smiling. You're dancing. Today I am. It was the day I was not. So I can assure you it is possible. So I have put together an incredible guide to help you with I am statements, journal prompts, more on forgiveness and gratitude and self-love and how to get yourself there. So if you want to meet me over at my table, I've got a QR code, easy. You can download that, or please connect with me at wakeupwithmarci.com. Thank you guys.